Hey, Aries season here. Today is the 27th of March, 2018, 10:33 a.m. It's Aries season. Per the systems that resonate with me. What is that? Tropical, Western, Placidus. I try to study the sidereal. Some people say sidereal. It just didn't resonate. But I am a studying type of gal, so I still study the Vedic and sidereal, but I don't know. But I digress. This is an Aries season video. I just wanted to do all 12 to make them of an evergreen sort, because although I am an astrologer, Astro Mama here, at your service for a fee. It's business, nothing personal. But it's personal for you because I would be interpreting your chart. I digress. But I didn't want this to be an astrology channel, if you will, to that extent. Because I use this channel as my outlet, as an escape from what I do all the time, or for just an escape period from, yeah, an escape. You know, a place to dump my thoughts and let things out, and my take on certain TV shows, or, you know, whatever I feel like reviewing or giving my take on. That is the purpose of this channel. My first channel was to do that. And you know, I have other channels I can remember the password, or the email I used back then too. I digress. I know you're like, is this an Aries season video or not? Save that for one of those Jats, Just a Thought videos. What else I got? Potpourri. I think I closed a chapter on the potpourri, so it's Jats, Just a Thought. I may go with Gibbons gravy for the Gibbons moon. I was born to honor the Gibbons moon. I was born under the Gibbons moon. Per my studies, that's when the moon breaks up. After the moon is full, it breaks up. Disseminating moon. Those types, from what I was told and taught, disseminating moon babies are here to disseminate information. You know, all over the place. That's that phrase, when the moon breaks up, displays. You know. I digress, because if you and Aries listen to this, you're like, is she going to get to the point? Aries are known for not being patient types, and I know why. All these years of studying. Yeah, I'm in my late 40s, pushing 50, and I've been taking out books from the library since junior high school. Yeah, you can do the math. I've been studying astrologic for a long time. Got more intense and serious around my first Saturn return. There's more on that in my bio. I'm going to do a bio video, mini bio. Anywho, so, hi Aries, Aries season, how you doing? And let me get the positives out the way first, because, you know, they'll be like, oh, she ain't nothing positive. So, yeah, I did, rewind. So let me get the positives out the way. Aries is the first sign of 12. Yes, 12. I don't do the 13th one. One of my main teachers in astrology, when Uki Pookie or Fiki Siki, whatever it is, came out on her Facebook, she was like, no. I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, this is some bogus bullshit. I'm going to stick with the 12. 12 times 12, 144. Composition notebook, look in the back, you see the multiplication grill. Yeah, that 144, that's what they talking about, 12 times 12. I'm going to stick with the 12 there and certain, because the 13th sign, from what we were taught, is the MC, the midheaven. It's your way out, not your way back in. Do the ookie pookie and you stick your toe out and do the hokey pokey. No, it's not coming back. 13 is that outer ring. It's your way out. You know, with Lauryn Hill song, I get out. Her unplug, I get out. Ascend, 13th midheaven, send up off this dimension. This dense dimension, as it's called. No matter, atoms, physicality. Anywho, I digress. So yeah, it's the first sign. Aries is the first sign of the 12. And some Aries believe the first is the oldest, but I'm not trying to quote the Bible all throughout this, but the first should be last and last should be first. We believe that's a guidepost for that. Yeah, I know I need Toastmasters. You're going to hear a lot of and but anywho, you know, you pay dues for Toastmasters. I know you're like, why not? I just didn't realize that. I went to a meeting recently to sort of help me better with these videos and podcasts I hope to get in the future. I will get in the future. Let me say it that way. But I don't want to have the ums. You hate ums. Does ums annoy you? Well, you're an Aries. It probably does. Well, let me not. Like, you see? I thought you was going to start with the positives. Okay, let's start with the positives. Alrighty. Yeah, it's the first sign, but it's the baby. It's the youngest. This is Googleable. You have to take my word for shit. Well, you're taking it for something if you're here. But yeah, Google it. It's the baby. It's the youngest sign. In my day coming up, I think they're trying to get that out of the Astro Lexicon. Aries was called the infant of the Zodiac. But, you know, some people took offense. I'm like, but it's in books. It's in textbooks. Yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't coin it. But that's what it was called back then. The infant of the Zodiac, and Taurus the toddler, and Gemini the playful twins. And it went from there. With Pisces being the eldest, the grandparents of the Zodiac. The wise ones, you know, the sages, the spiritual ones. Again, I'm in my late 40s, so I went to classes and did these things many, many years ago. That don't mean it's not true. It still resonates as truth with me. But, yeah, they think there's a hidden cabal that's trying to change up the lexicon and how the signs are viewed. Clearly, and sticking in the ookie pookie one. I'm like, huh? No, we ain't embracing this. No. As Dr. Yafa Bey is quoted as saying, if it's new, it ain't true. If it's new, it ain't true. Anywho, back to Aries. Yeah, so it's the first sign, but yet the youngest. It's masculine, one of the masculine signs. Or air and fire are masculine. And the earth and water are feminine. That balance of yin and yang there. Get down, Leo. My fire sign. Leo, that's not for you to be carrying on with. Yeah, I like your little slick little walk. I don't even know your walk is dope. You know, I guess how cats walk, tigers and lions, don't they have that? Oh, that walk. Ooh. Dope. Dominant and dope. Anywho. So, back to Aries. What else? Aries season, make this evergreen. Or the positives. God of War, positive in the sense of its sincere self-defense. Bullying is ruled by Aries, but again, I'm trying to do the positive first. Yes, the God of War, the goddess of war, you know, woman. And from what per my studies, again, because you know, bullying is not that every Aries is a bully, but anybody who's a bully, no matter when their birthday is, they're tapped into frequent. Their frequency is Aries, no matter when their birthday is. If they're egocentric and egoic, and they're tapping into the Mars, the downside of Mars, and that Aries frequency. The high side is defending. You know, use your warrior nature to defend. Sincere defense. You know, you could defend someone from bullies. You know what I mean? That's why, because all 12 signs have a purpose. You're in the astral belt for a reason. Sanely speaking, a divine reason. So that purpose, the Mars, the red planet, that purpose of Martian energy is really to help and defend those who don't have it. I read the code, James Bomar, Sevan's book. It was on the internet a while ago. I don't know if it's still in script. I'm not sure. I read it years ago, the code. Did I even print that thing out? I probably did, because I know I thinking back, like curling up with it in bed. But as thick as that book is, you know what stood out for me? What stands out today for me? 3 items. One was the item when he was doing the measurements and dimensions of the grave and coffin, you know, getting into the mathematics and geometry and masonry and that stuff. I was like, oh, he had my attention there, glued. And the other one was when he said he was witnessing a lady be kind to a dog, and he said hello to her, and she didn't want to speak to him. I don't know if this happened in Costa Rica where he is, or here in the States when he was up here. I think he's from Detroit. But in the event, I don't recall where he said this happened at, because you know, little takeaways, like in Abigail Abrams' book, Sacred Bombshell. And after she interviewed each guest for the book, and she said, well, what are the takeaways? And I thought that was such a cool way to put it. Because, you know, after encounters or experiences, and reading a book is an experience. For me, it is. One way or the other is an experience. You know what I mean? You know, what remains, the takeaways, you know, though, that's so cool. Shout out to Abigail Abrams. Anywho, She's a fire sign too, Leo. I did Leo? Yeah, I did Leo. Should be on this channel, Leo season. I'm hoping I make, because I didn't do transits or whatever's in the moment. Because again, I want these astro videos, because there'll only be 12, to be evergreen. So I just got into the traits, and I prefer to gift my insight and my take on each sign while it's in that season. So hence the title, Aries season. So I'm giving my take on Aries to date, because of course there's always more to learn over the years. So this is my take on it, just a little bit, because there won't be anything left for the book whenever I finish that. Another topic. So just a little excerpt in my take of things I've studied via book, classes, and observation on each sign. Hence the evergreen set of astro seasons. Hope you enjoy them. If not, you can always click off. Ain't no need to stay. Okay? No need to stay and be mad and sad. And, well, Aries, we talking about anger. You know, let's just embrace a little logic. If anything irritates you, be it this video or anything, just detach, part ways with it. I never understood anyone sitting in anger. Or, I mean, do you have an out? Can you just get away from it? I don't understand being tethered to it, and it's irritating you. But that's just me, okay? And the Psych 101 and Psych 102 and Psych 301 classes I sat for. I digress. Shout out to those psychology professors back in the day. They were dope. I digress. Okay, now, Aries. So yeah, it's the first sign, but yet the youngest. And the indicator of the direction of the cosmos, like we were, or still are. We're in the Pisces age, but we're on the precipice of the Aquarian age. You see what I mean? So you see the direction that Pisces is going, it's seemingly backward. Whereas people would think, well, Aries come after Pisces. Why is it on the other way to the Aquarian age? Because I believe that's the, somewhat, in a way, that's the correct, because direction, if you will, from what was told to us when the hidden entities that shouldn't be want to control the world, they reverse everything. You know, inverse, reverse, you know, to sort of confuse the population. I know you're like, oh, it could be everything, Aries, tin hat, whatever the fuck. But the astrologic made me think, well, maybe it is, maybe it is, because it's going the other way. So from Pisces to Aquarius, and it's biblical too. The man with the pitcher, the water bear. Never mind, that's on another video. But anywho, so back to Aries. It is the youngest sign, but the first sign. Very energetic. The element of fire is the only element that's really reliant. Fire, don't take my word for it. Just look at the element, okay? Fire has to be attached to something. Like a forest fire. And some are saying those are deliberate. That's just theory on the internet. Theory on the internet, okay? And take my word for shit. Echoing sentiments on the internet. Get your own Google on, okay? Get your own Google on. But anywho, so it is attached to the tree and then the air, because fire has to attach to something to survive, and to even rubbing two trees together. That made me think of the earth and fire element. Whereas fire and air has high tolerance for one another, and earth and water has high tolerance for another. But if you were a brownie or a Girl Scout, and I was, you know, they teach you how to go on camping trips to rub the two twigs. You be a rubbing fool to get the friction. You got to have the friction. See, this is a conflict, friction, fire. Interesting. Sorry, I'm having epiphanies while I'm doing the video. But yeah, the twigs and that's earth, and you that rubbing, the egos colliding. Anywho, yeah, so it has to be attached to something, you know, some kind of substance for the fire to take. And air is what keeps the fire aflame. Eventually, the fire will go out. If no fuel is thrown on it, you know, instigators and yeah, that's a whole other thing that's best reserved for books. But yeah, so I believe, per my studies in the classes I sat in, fire signs have that sense of urgency because it's a feeling that they're going to go out. Like the flame is going to go out somehow. I was looking at one of Alyssa videos a while ago, and Alyssa, Libra, from what she shared with us about her own sign, and that's Aries opposite. You know, Libra and Aries seem so different in comportment. But shout out to Sister Almira Love you, Myra. Not saying that Libras are uncouth and tactless or whatever they have. I'm not saying that about Aries either. Oh, gee, did that slip out? Oh, gosh. Mercy. But please don't take offense, Aries. Oh, this is my. You have your studies, I have mine. Different schools of thought, okay? But Sister Myra, whom I met and love her and talked to her over the phone. I love you, Sister Myra. But she teaches it's not really 12 signs, it's 6. You know what I mean? Because, you know, your oppositions, okay, your 180 degrees. You take a coin, and one side is Aries and the other side is Libra, but it's the same entity. You get it? And Aries is the natural ruler of the 1st house. Libra is the natural ruler of the 7th house. That make me think of the number 17 in another way. And the 17th card is Aquarius. Pardon my epiphanies, y'all. Pardon my epiphanies. But anywho, they come as they come, okay? And I thank you, my art form, my share. Anywho, now, but Libra's interest is always in the other person or relationships and balancing things out. Aries, the I am factor of the zodiac, is self, me. It's a me first sign. It's the first sign. Isn't that blip? Fire in general, me. But now that I understand the element of fire, I get that reasoning. Although Leo and Sag, I did those already. It should be on here somewhere. The channel, Leo season, Sag season, those are other fire. Those are older than Aries. This cosmic age, that's nothing. Look like they're trying to take age out of the signs too. Strange. I don't know if that's an Illuminati directive. I have no idea. I know you're like, oh, this is me. Take that, Aries. I call it thinking. You call it that, I call it thinking. Don't study shame. Don't study shame. Okay? But anywho, if Amber can have her slut walk, we thinkers can have our study walk. Okay? And our study talk too. First Amendment. All right, now. First sign, First Amendment. Okay. Now, even number 1, that's ruled by the sun. Aries, I give 1 Mars too. I don't know, I just do. Erica Badu, her baby Mars, when she named her Mars, Merkaba, I really, hi Mars. You look at the videos, love you Erica, love you EB. But it really made me start studying Mars and the number 1 and really get into the studies of and there's a video on here too, I can't think of the channel. And I'm not being cagey withholding, that ain't even me. Didn't I tell you not disseminating moon what Gibbons is? I may start calling certain videos Gibbons gravy. Don't bite. Oh, the other Gibbons moon babies ain't listening, biting and shit. Just tear. You remember when you heard the Gibbons Gibbons gravy videos from around the first, okay? First, Cardinal signs set it off. They set the season off. But yeah, things become short-sighted when you encounter Aries energies or Aries entities that are not interested in pulling from their Libra polarity. They're not interested in fairness and balance, and they're just doing Aries totally. You're like, oh, you don't pull from your Libra polarity often, do you? Hey, Libra much? No? Mercy. So that's the imbalance there, that short-sightedness that you may encounter with a lot of Aries. But again, always think of the fire element. I hope there's other signs listening to this other than Aries, because Aries will just get defensive. Whereas Libra want to have the open mind and the understanding, like, let me see if I can understand this thing here called astrologic. Let me see. But fire, particularly Aries, you say something I disagree with, I don't like, just ready for war. Because that's what they do. They're the goddess of war and gods of war. But war should be, logically, insanely speaking, it should be issued in balance. And that's why I like martial arts. And I read the Art of War. Even listening to the audiobook on here at times, I'll find myself doing that. The Book of the 5 Rings. I'm just a reader. I'm a reading addict over the years especially. But yeah, it should be done responsibly. It should. And only sanely and legitimate self-defense. Not because you're trying to bully someone to think like you think, or worse, or bully them to think how you dictate they should think. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Yeah, but again, Astro people listening to this, if you understand fire, just that element, you don't need an astrology book for that. Just study fire. You'll understand their urgency. You'll be like, why are they so urgent? What is the urgency for? That's what that is. It's an inner feeling of going out, like their fire being extinguished or just going out. Now, they may have a lot of older signs in their natal chart, the individual Aries sun sign, that can help. Older signs, you know, maybe a lot of earth that makes them, you know, have more of a solid, their innards feel more solid. I remember I was looking at a forensic files years ago, and it was a guy setting places, edifices on fire. Was it nursing homes? Just setting them on fire. And when I tell you the Po9 was treating him with the utmost respect, I'm like, what the hell? They harass melanated people for doing nothing, breathing, just doing absolutely nothing, standing there breathing. But they was just giving him respect, and I was like, wow. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But I brought that up to think of this when he said, I felt empty inside, and I wanted others to feel empty too. And I was like, wow. And I think that's the crux of most unwarranted beef. When a person sets their sight on someone and they usually target a non-combatant to torment. The bullying in school or whatever have you. I think that's what that is. It's an inner feeling of emptiness and a void that they don't understand or don't know how to fill logically or sanely. So they want others to, and the logic I carry, how could you heal with everyone else feeling like how you feel? I like to look at people who are doing better or feeling better as an inspiration to rise to that station. Did that rhyme? Yeah, I think it did. Oh, that's cool. Part of my New York born tease, Harlem here. Okay, Harlem. Harlem born Queens raised by a queen. Nah, mama. But anywho, I digress. What I'm saying is this. Projecting your pain onto others is not going to help you heal. Unless you're just not interested in healing. Some people aren't. I remember I looked at Phil Donahue, talk show on TV back in the days. And isn't it interesting how we found out why they got rid of him? I thought I was going to indicate it in that Oprah biography that Kitty Kelly wrote. Because there's a Donahue passage in there. But I'm like, no, that's not really telling us why he left. Yeah, and retired. But was it the Oliver Stone documentary for America? I think it was. One of those documentaries told the real, what would resonate as real to me. Let me be specific of why Donahue was asked to get off the doggone air. But Oprah was a successor, and she still had it. Never mind. I did a whole nother video for a whole nother time. If I feel inspired to do such, then let me finish up Savon, the thing that I know. Bear with me, Aries. And y'all so impatient. I picked a fire sign video to do the mental doodling. Okay. Or you can click off. You know what I'm saying? There's other Aries videos on this dog on YouTube here. Anywho, be a Libra. A Libra would say, well, I can just click off. You see the difference? Okay. Instead of staying and arguing and being mad and angry, a Libra will go, okay, I got to go. The balance, balancing the logic, not short-sighted, right, left brain balance. Your whole brain is telling you, balance. Yin and yang. No, okay, now, here we go. Now, Savon, in the book where he said, if you were strong, did you defend the weak? That was so profound to me because it was very telling insofar that your strength should be used to, of course, defend yourself and your family and loved ones. But defending family and loved ones is the same as defending self. Especially with the way DNA work. And I'm speaking biologically here, okay? That's the same as defending self. Giving family. Oh, I'm generous. I do for my family. You're Chris Rock voice. You're supposed to. It's your DNA. You, especially immediate family. Offspring you brought here. Yeah, you're kind of supposed to. Helping them is the same as helping self. It's when you help someone outside that nucleus. The spirit realm sees that as generous and gracious. And not to discount helping your family. Ooh, Lord, I know family could be a doozy. Ugh. Oh, my gosh. Who don't know? Since they started selling us off on a slave plantation, I guess things went pretty haywire with family. Disjointed, fractured, like Dr. Leonard Jeffrey said, fractured consciousness. I seen him say that in person in Brooklyn. Church, Reverend Daughtery Church. This is years ago. Was it 2004-ish? I digress. I interface too with you, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, outside the Dempsey. Oh, I digress. The Aries ain't got patience with this. Listen to me. Yeah, so that is the healthy warrior that's defending the defenseless, children, elderly, a lone person being outnumbered, and Aries warrior spirit rises and go, no, 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 fuck that, this ain't right. And they're pulling from their Libra polarity too to see that off balance. You know what I mean? Aries restoring balance is dope because you know they're pulling from that Libra polarity. Awesome, awesome source. Awesome astro source, you know. Libras I like, really, really like, per the stories I know to date. Jack Johnson, Marlon Brando. No, I'm not embracing what QJ said of Marlon. No, no, no. I remember seeing an Alice episode here on YouTube. Alice, a TV show, remember? About the Indian. It was an Indian that stood post up in the diner, and he refused to move, saying this diner was built on my family's land, and you know I won't move. And he was in all the Indian garb, and of course they try to trivialize it towards the end of the episode. But it was a comment. I don't know if it's still there. It's a comment under that episode where the person, the writer, she looks like it's a woman picture. She says they want us out of our cars too. I said, oh shit. I instantly thought of Aries, because driving itself, the car itself, per my studies, you have yours. People give cars and driving to Gemini. I don't know if it's because the third house rules short distance travels, and you usually in your car for short distance travels. In the neighborhoods is Gemini, and things of that nature. So I don't know why certain astrologers give cars and traveling in them to Gemini. That could be a third house thing, maybe. You know, just like Pergu. What was that sauce? That commercial? It's in there. A shout out to Nafisa. I went to one of her classes in Brooklyn years ago in her home. Aquarian sister. Love you, mama. Dancer extraordinaire. And she would end most of her passages with, you know, it's like Pergu or Peru. One of them spaghetti sauces is in there. And in the moment, in the cipher, I'm thinking of astrology and one's natal chart being your astro gumbo. This is what the sky looked like when you drew your first breath in this incarnation. And it's your GPS, your spiritual GPS, if you will. Even if you don't believe in astrology, it said if you believe in your heart and you trust your heart to guide you, you'll still activate aptly your natal chart. I digress. Natal, baby, Aries, infant. You get it, y'all? Anywho, so I guess these are study videos too for astro minds, not just the sign. But I can see Aries season and Aries clicking onto it. So I got to get out of just talking directly to the sign in the video, because an astro student like myself, I study all of them, all signs, and see all the videos I care to see to get that astrologer, that astro mind's take on that particular frequency. That's what we studiers do. Studying is addictive for us. If it don't resonate, I click off. Well, that's what I do. Don't you? I'm like, no, this don't sound right. I just click off. I don't sit there and beef with the person and argue with them and down to the comments, tell them to kiss your dog's ass. And it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know I cuss. Did I cuss in this? I know, but well, pardon profanity. Well, I can't think of a fire sign can about profanity. It's fiery. You know, yeah. Cussing is also given to Gemini. Interesting. I know this ain't the Gemini video, y'all. But Gemini and Aries is a sextile. I remember Naomi Campbell telling Wendy Williams, I have a lot of energy. I'm a Gemini. I was like, she knows. Aries too. The Aries and Gemini, a lot of energy. A lot of energy. I suppose Aries needed to be a warrior, you know. And Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars rules males. So do y'all get it? Even how people would talk back then. I don't know if it's still said, but would say the male ego. You know the male ego is delicate. You know, people will say delicate, fragile ego. Because an infant is delicate and fragile. Do you get it? I'm not Aries. I know you've resisted. But other astro minds listen to this who don't already know this. If you're my age, you probably know it already. But if you're younger and you're looking to connect the astro dots, just hear how people talk about the ego. You know, it's fragile, it's delicate, and, you know, it's frail ego. And then you think of what Aries was called back then, the infant of the Zodiac. And not that it's a bad thing. Tupac, blessings be upon his beautiful divine spirit, and I don't believe not nary a lie they saying about the Pharaoh to try to obliterate and tarnish and taint his legacy. Oh, what he did came from the heart. And Tupac, I know I didn't save him for the Gemini video, but he had an Aries moon in the first house, which means he had an Aries ascendant. Okay, and his eyebrows and his face, and your ascendant is what you look like and what you project when you're out in the world. Mostly, for the most part, what people will guess your sign is. And if he wasn't on fire, I don't know who the hell else was. Okay, but razor sharp cheekbones, beautiful eyes, lashes like wings. Oh my heavens! If the Aries eyebrows, listen to me. He's quoted as saying, "I'm harsh because I'm sensitive. That's why I'm so harsh at times, because I'm sensitive." So you feel the Aries? You feel the Aries frequency in that. So talking to the students now, definitely you feel it there. And it has to be, again, fire, the sense of urgency. It's like you can't, it's freedom of speech, but you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. And the Aries might say, well, what if the shit is actually on fire? What the fuck? So, you know, the thing is, in proper perspective, you know, yell fire when there's an actual fire. Not speaking to Aries and right, only in general, anybody. You know what I mean? Keep your urgencies legit. You know, it is an actual urgent event. Not that you're feeling empty inside or you're going through some sort of internal turmoil and you expect the whole world to manage it for you. No, or those around you to manage whatever you're going through. And maybe if they love you, they can help there. Leo, get your ass up from out of there. And you know he don't want you back there. Leo, go, move your ass. Oh, and you're being sneaky. You wouldn't do it if he was sitting there. Movement similar to a serpent. Have your whole style bent. Consequence, no coincidence. Hey, play hypocrites always want to play in. No, Leo, don't do that. Leo. We bought you a scratchy pad. You will not ruin the walls. Why you do the walls and the scratchy pad sitting there? You getting bored with the damn scratchy pad? That's Aries too. Get bored with toys quick. You ever see how kids and children, that Aries frequency? I know the fifth house astrologers, I know Leo rules, they say rules kids, but Aries is still fire. And when I started studying law, they was calling the age of infancy. And I was like, and you know, they say, well, you maybe don't, but Jordan Maxwell videos to help you understand how the courts deal with astrology, hard body. Taj Tariq Bey, his driver's license fraud video, the first one, he goes into how the computer, I'm paraphrasing here, all allegedly for legal purpose. All allegedly, okay, yeah. Allegedly, okay, yeah. All my videos, allegedly, okay, yeah. Done. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, when he says the algorithms in the computer, I'm paraphrasing, but your court dates are set in accordance to when your energy is down. So I thought of the biorhythms there. When your energy is low, your frequency is low, in accordance to your birthday. I'm like, your transits, yeah, let's set the date when they're not at their best, their mental best. There's a free biorhythms app you can put on your phone too. Some are 99 cents or whatever, but yeah, there's a phone. You can put on your app on your phone to help you figure out what you're feeling that day. Is this a day to go out and jog, or is it a day to, you know, I don't know who this is, so I'm not answering it. Stress out of your life. Don't answer block or private calls. And don't answer calls you don't recognize the number. Like my mama used to say, professional people leave professional messages. A professional business will leave a professional message. So they don't leave a message, something's dun-dun-dun. Trust no dun-dun-dun frequency, okay? If you can help it, you know what I'm saying. Certain water signs may have not the like cancers do better moving sideways. Did I do the Cancer video? I wonder if I said that in the video. I gotta listen to my Cancer season video. Because of the crab, the ace crab. Pisces do things behind the scenes. The Pisces are better behind the scenes. But people like an Aries, people who are direct innate in Columbo, that episode in Columbo when he was in the airport with that woman. Oh my heavens! It was one of the early episodes too, But she had the teenage daughter. She was trying to bribe. Columbo's the shit. Get that box DVD, make some soup on a rainy day in the weekend. Make some soup and tea and just to get your Columbo on. He was a Virgo, Peter Falk. When I lived in Westchester too, my neighbors, Caucasoids, it was like, we'll show you where he lived, where he grew up. I'm like, that's a business. I don't know how it could be formulated. I know New York got the Big Apple, Red Bus, and all that other shit. But it's too many motherfuckers on the bus. Maybe that's my natal chart talking. I don't know. But when I went to New Orleans, maybe those was just special moments for me. But each time I'm sitting in the car with the person, like, this is a business. Like intimacy tours. But no, that don't sound right. People think it's some other shit. Yeah, bitch! But I keep saying that is a fucking bit. Well, the guy, when I went to New Orleans, the guy worked at the hotel. And, you know, he would look at me and, you know, Miss Turnbull, you have messages. Oh, thank you. Hi, Miss Turnbull. Hi. Why do you keep looking at me, the daggone maitre d'? And then I was walking around the Garden District, and he was like, well, where you going? I'm like, I'm going for a walk. And I guess he was like, well, is it safe? New Yorkers, we walk, but I don't know if we should be walking in towns we don't recognize. So he was like, you know, you should be safe. Where you walking to? I don't know, but he took me around and showed me where Cash and Money grew up. You know, he had a good job. I guess he was a hood dude, got respect. And I was with him, and just, you know, good places to eat that's really, really more affordable. Because, you know, you stay in the touristy area that you look up on the internet, where to go eat and stuff. But somebody from there know where to eat better for less. I'm telling you, natives, yeah, listen, if you're a native to your town, but it's still dangerous. You don't want, because when I was saying to him, this is a business. You know, I'm liking what you're doing. You're showing me all around. He was like, I don't want no strangers in my car. So it depends on the person. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't look at it that way. He said, no, shawty, I did it for you because I like you. I don't want no daggone strangers in my car. I'm like, oh, okay. But again, in Westchester, she took me to the Peter Falk and all that other stuff. And I was saying to her, this is a business. She was like, I don't want strangers in my car. This is my neighbor, so she knew me, but she ain't no business for who. So I guess it's a business for someone who could think of a way to, I guess, be somebody who's comfortable with strangers. You can vet them, background checks, I don't know. But it's much more rich than that big old tour bus. Not that there's anything against tour buses. It's cute. But it's with a whole lot of people around you. I don't know. Something about the intimacy of somebody showing one person around. I guess it'd be more expensive. You got to pay for the gas, their time. But I had such a great time seeing landmarks, and it's just that specialized attention. Never mind. Because I know Aries done clicked off. They ain't got no patience. Fire first. Child. But anyway. But yeah, studying animals and children. I no disrespect. I don't know. How curious when you say he a Leo to fire? No disrespect. I love listening to his videos because you can sort of like sense when someone's going to give some, you know, recoil and blowback. You know, no disrespect. It's not clowning your anger or clowning your insolence, but you know your own attention as me, the individual. You don't have any disrespect. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't. Long I've been studying astrology. You know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, Columbo, that scene in the airport where the lady, when she said, I'm going to dismiss this to adolescence hysteria or some shit, her stepdaughter, she tried to bribe the stepdaughter. And he told her in the airport, you thought she would accept the bribe because you would. You couldn't see past anyone doing anything outside of what you would do. It's paraphrase. Columbo's the shit. But I saw that episode as a little girl, as a teeny girl, in my 20s. I look at him on repeat. Did I not tell you I got the box DVD, kid? Shit. Columbo was the shit. Oh, Matlock too. I keep saying he was a Gemini. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't he from Mayberry? Isn't he from Georgia? Andy Griffith. I gotta see if I can get a little tour to Andy Griffith. Does somebody do Georgia tours? That is a business. Lord, I should get a van and start the shit. But you got to be safe. You don't want to let crazy in the van. You know what I'm saying? You got to vet motherfuckers before you take them around your personalized ass. But you could make your van a business van. But hell, I don't know Georgia. I know New York is where I'm from because I learned Georgia. But it's so specialized. Again, this would have to be unique, eccentric people who love these shows. I'm going to figure this shit out. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, Aries, I know 40 minutes, Lord. And they probably, and you ain't get to the goddamn point yet. Look, these videos spill out how they spill out. Shit is Gibbons. Did you look up Gibbons moon? Disseminating moon? Go on Google that shit. That's how it plays out. Gonna come out how it come out. But I do like the Aries rules athleticism. Aries rules the Caucasian race. I know you're like, huh? What? Yeah, it does. And you can tell by the behavior. Aries rules athleticism and law enforcement, things of that nature. That brings me to. Oh, did I do the driving? Did I do the driving thing? Or the commentary on the Alice episode? How they want cars. They want to take everybody cars. And I thought of Aries. I don't know if she did. I don't know if that was an astro buff that wrote that. But Aries rules drive and action. I would say motion, period. No, because water. Bruce Lee be like water. I don't know. The currents. I don't know. No, not fire and water. Listen. Herakahuti is dance and fighting. Sports, that's Herakahuti. But is he fire? Heru? Is it fire? Kali? Fire. Movement. It's movement Aries? I always thought movement was water. You know, I got to build. I get in the Astro Cipher and build with the Astro Mamas. But the drive, you see? And big drive, yeah. Even though ambitious, enterprising Capricorn, 10th house, but still cardinal. You see what I'm saying? And 10 is a 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. Yeah. Driving is Aries. And projecting is the right side of the body. Reception is the left feminine side of the body is left. Projection is the right. Masculine side of your body is the right. Most people are right-handed. And in Europe, the other countries put the wheel of the car on the right side because they know that's where you're projecting. But I think on this side of the pond, to slow, reportedly on the internet, get your Google on, the aim is to dumb down and slow down. Dumb down and slow down. So putting the wheel on the left side. And maybe they'll say, well, it's to prevent crashes. And, you know, not that many crashes or whatever. Compared to the Audubon and the fast, speedy ones over there. That's if they have an Aquarius on their think tank team. They'll be like, no, don't answer in anger and lash back like an Aries would. Because then anyone who studies psychology will go, oh, we must be right. They're angry. Because if you pose a question respectfully, and you're not condescending, you're totally respectful, you're not challenging their intellect and wit, in the Libra fashion with grace and style and decorum, you pose a question, and the blowback and the response is anger to a higher mind. They'll go, oh, I guess I was right. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, you're like, are you trying to teach the Aries how to have some tact and couth? I know an astrologer is saying that. Listening. No, not necessarily. I'm just saying anger that doesn't seem placed mathematically right is off. If the reaction is higher than the action, it's like, ooh, what was that? You know, I don't know if the average person like, oh, they're a fire sign, and you know, you're dealing with not just this moment, but with all they've been through in life, and and they're projecting that. But you know, they said pay it forward in the good senses. You know, someone does something nice for you, do something nice for someone else, which is extremely powerful karmically speaking. That's another video. But then there's some people who pay their pain forward. What was done to them, they do to others. They don't do it to the person that wronged them. Ironically weird. But they pollinate their pain on the unsuspecting and undeserving, thereby incurring negative energy, incurring more negative karma. No, I'm not on no get back mission or anything like that, or advocating for such. But if you got to do get back, wouldn't it make logical sense to get back the one that actually wronged you, not the ones that didn't? Ugh, but I don't know. They say common sense is not common. Not speaking to Aries, I'm just speaking to the egoics, because Aries rules the head on the physical body. That's where the ego is housed. The good news, the pineal gland is also housed there. So it's a choice. The downside of the ego is bullying, dictating, winning by any means necessary, cheating, just the downside of the ego. That's it. The ego needs to be stimulated. There's a good film called Climactica. Climactica is here on YouTube. It was last I checked. And when they get to speaking about the ego, listen intently. The term parasites feeding the host blew me away, figuratively speaking. It did. I was like, oh, shit. And Sonia Barrett. Shout out to you, Sonia. Another one of my favorite Aries. Her birthday's coming. She wrote a book called Hologram. We met in person, in real life, Sonia. Hi, Miss Barrett. Yeah, you tweet it to her, tell her fast forward to the 40-minute marker. But in her book, if she wants to, as so desired. But in that book, she speaks to how emotions are chemically addictive. And that aligns with what they said in Kymactica. K-Y-M is in Mary, I-C-A, Kymactica. Great film. Or did they say an Esoteric Agenda? They're both on YouTube, both of them. Esoteric Agenda. And I think it was Kymactica. I was glued, sitting glued. I didn't even get popcorn. I used to get some sort of snack to watch a film. But it was so enthralling and gripping. I didn't even think to get up to get water, let alone popcorn. But anywho, yeah, that ego can be wily. Remember Oprah said that on one of her shows. You know, it's wily. W-I-L-Y. The downside of it. The high side of it is dignity and pride, knowing you have to get dressed decently before you go outside. So there's a healthy side of the ego. And don't hurt a man's ego. If he's not trying to hurt you, it's important not to hurt his ego. And even with that, this should be in the book though, but how everyone this is taught in biology class. I don't know if they're instructing the teachers to teach differently now. The biology classes I sat in said all of us started out with XX chromosome first. All of us. XX is the girl. Okay, baby. And then it, like Brooklyn Morris said, I don't even know if his videos are on here still. Morris Brooklyn or Brooklyn Morris, a Virgo out of Brooklyn. He said in his video years ago, it takes more magic to make a man. And that's plausible to me because one of those X's turn into a Y after a while. The Y is the 7, the Y is fire. Hebrew. Shout out to Aphrodite Stone in her videos, her recent videos about speaking of the Hebrew letters, and the Y is fire, and it's 7, and 7 is masculine if you study numerology. So the Y, it takes more magic, fire, Although Scorpio rules magic, per the schools and studies I sat for. Scorpio rules magic, which is a water sign, because it has the 3, Phoenix, Ashes, Scorpio. Transform. Yeah, Scorpio rules magic. And it's water, but it has Mars attached to it with Pluto. And Mars rules Aries. So that fire and the Y, never mind, the 7 is a Y. This has got to go in the book. But anywho, any fire, through the storm, through the fire, Shaka, red hair, Shaka, fire sign. Y'all better leave Shaka alone. As much as I love you, Kaya, you got the Mars too, Scorpio. Kaya, I love you. And I think you study Europa and your yellow swooty and honey. And are you ocean? So Shaka messes with Europa. Kaya, I don't know about you coming for elder Shaka. I mean, not your Shaka mama. Kaya, I don't know about that. I know you got to report what's on the docket and da-da-da. But when you was with Maddie and you said everybody don't get to be on the docket, and I realize those are people you are partial to that you like, but elders, I don't play. And the Tina Turner threw me way off last night. Was it last night? Is this Tuesday? Papa's today Tuesday. Oh, and Tuesday's ruled by Mars, and I'm doing Aries. Oh, how cool! Yeah, today is Tuesday. Okay. No, let me look at the thing. Because if today is Wednesday, I done missed class. Ain't this a bitch? Whoever that was, they left a message. Maybe it was professional. No, today is how did I miss class? And I don't want to mess with your ego, because the ego is it's like you take care of a baby. You gotta take care of your man's ego. You gotta. The movie The Big Greek Fat Wedding told me that. And I know people like, no, the whole planet was melanated. You giving up to the Greeks? No. Is she there? Hello. Hey, Mama T. It's today too. Did we miss class today, Tuesday?
Yeah, today's Tuesday, dear.
Oh, okay. Papa told me it was Wednesday. I'm like, Lord, I missed class. Because you pushing 50, child. You pushing my age, okay? I got to get some ginkgo. I mean, a good ginkgo. The ginkgo I got to think is some dum bullshit. I mean, they got the good loose herb ginkgo. I had to get that. I'm doing my Aries season videos, long as hell. But I think I gave it a lot more attention because, like I said in class, we're all Aries and we're all Aquarian, even though Aquarius is ignored. I got to listen to my Aquarius season video, remember, to see if I wrote that. But we're all Aries insofar as we all have that ego. I guess we all everything because we all got all different parts. We all got different parts of the body that's ruled by a different sign. But because we our head, what we think with, and you know, yeah. So I'm getting into the Aries video and the ego. And I wanted to call you and see if I missed class. Like, did you go to class? Because the hell I didn't go. It's Wednesday. What the hell? Anyway, Mama, what's going on, baby?
No, checking on you. I just kept thinking about you this morning.
I know. I had a weird dream, too. You know what I did with that dream. You know what the fuck I did with that dream, right? Yeah. Alright. And then some other weird shit happened by my own hand, though. But I'm like, what the fuck going on with that bullshit? You know, we'll do it again, but I'll tell you that in person. I'm going to finish up this.
You know,
What's up, baby?
I had like premonition.
Don't say it. Is it fears or is it helpful? Is fears? I still say fears from my gay friends back in the days. They would say, you know how Tyra Banks say fears in a good way on America's Next Top Model. When they say fears, it means like the dictionary meaning something bad. But they would say it incessantly, and it's still sticking. I've been excommunicated from them since 2009. That's 9 years, and that verbiage is still sticking with me. And that bitch, I wonder if they still say fears. I wonder. Not that I would go ass, it's ridiculous, but wouldn't it be a bitch if they stopped saying it and I still say this shit here and there periodically? But tell me in person. We'll see each other. What time you coming through? 6:30?
Yeah.
All right, baby. Peace. Oh, Papa's Tuesday. And Tuesday's ruled by Mars. So it's pretty cool. I'm doing the Aries season video on a Tuesday. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, Aries. Yeah. Color red. Ogun. What else? Cali. Yeah, just wield your warrior magic responsibly. And y'all fun. Fire fun. Shout out to Aunt Roz. And who else my favorite Aries? Did I say Teddy Pendergrass, Stephanie Mills? Love you, Shaka. Love you. Don't pay this, whatever they say, no mind, okay? Love you, Shaka. And I thank you for your voice. And just Dr. Maya Angelou, Aries. I think Kitty Kelly is one too. Allie McGraw. But Kitty Kelly, Kitty Kelly's not necessarily, no shade, and I don't dislike her, just indifferent. Although that Oprah book, I was glued, I was enthralled into that. Really, really good book. But yeah, I don't dislike her or like her. I don't know how to, I like the book though, Kitty. I like the book, Kitty. I love you, Allie McGraw. That Oprah interview, when you said Farrah Fawcett to be that pretty and still be nice to women, it was sealed. When I saw the interview, Miss McGraw, I didn't know your birthday, but when you said that, I was like, maybe she's an Aquarius. To notice that, she must be an Aquarius or Libra. I looked at your birthday and saw that Aries. I said, she's an Aries. Oh, shit. But yes, Miss McGraw. And then you talk about the duck lips. You was like, who would want to kiss that? It's homogenous. And pardon me, y'all. Pardon me. Yeah. God, they're going to springtime. What the fuck going on? I had a tangerine, but shit, let me move the skin. Anywho, so who else? Just say Teddy Pendergrass. His voice, his beautiful voice. David Banner's in Aries. The Brat, Redman, Reggie Noble. That name is dope too. Reggie Noble. And Redman, Red belongs to Aries. Did Redman the rapper know that Aries and Red? I wonder if he knew. Well, you know, light-skinned people will call red bones back. But no, that wasn't the male. But they would call light-skinned males red. Yeah. Lighter hue, red, like Malcolm X. That was his nickname too. I guess the undertone of the red hue undertone, the Indian had the red, the Redskins. Yeah, sports, yeah, definitely Aries. Who else? My favorite Aries. It's going into an hour. I should make an hour for the number one. Still number one. And I like Alyssa was saying, Aries ascendant or Aries women tend to have strong jawlines. Yeah. So now I see it. I would think that, I'm like, that's true. It's either Aries or Aries ascendant or fires on that ascendant. You know what I mean? And they're interested. They want inclusion. They do. They want to be included. They like to be included. Well, where they want to be included. Are you like, what is everybody? No, but they really feel away if they're excluded from something they want in on. Fire, you make it burn, you scorch, you know what I'm saying? Salt and pepper, Aries. Love her. She feels like a Libra a lot, though. Even her way of reasoning and logic. But that I'll take your man, don't get another one, or I'll take him too. Total Aries frequency. Remind me of what Dr. Yafabe had on her old website. About how they'll take your toys. Don't get a new toy, they'll take that one too, as an analogy. And I thought the kids, the youth again, how when you're little or you're grown, you take your kids over your girlfriend's house, they have kids play, and it could be a toy that the child hadn't even played with or thought about in months or years, but the other kids will show interest in it. And the mom would say to the child who the toy belonged to, share, you don't even play with those things, share those toys. Because, you know, the child is grabbing them up like, no. And they have that right, it's theirs, don't touch it, it's mine. And that's Aries. I'm interested in what you're interested in. You know, even if I wasn't even thinking about it before. Yeah, I'm going to flesh that out more in the astrology book. I remember Alyssa's video when she said, Aries don't like for you to be right. Even if it is right. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, even if it is right. They want to be the only ones right. Competitive. And again, this is the lower end. What the hell was that? Sorry, something with the computer. Higher end Aries, no. I don't think you'll get that frequency. Sarah Jessica Parker is an Aries. I think she just had a birthday. Was it yesterday? But I'm riding out with the Leo, Kim Cattrall, on that beef. I just am, because I remember way back then when it was reported, reported that I took journalism in high school. Let me say this right. When it was reportedly said that Sarah Jessica Parker felt away of all the outpour of attention and fan mail that Kim Cattrall got, because she wanted to be the sole breakout star. Just remember, it removes the number one, so they want to be the only one, the number one, at the top of the pyramid, the peak. Me. But you can't diss your foundation that's holding up the top. What's holding up that peak? The ones under you, you want to keep your foundation strong. If you want to be on a pedestal and held up, why damage the foundation that's holding you up? Just mathematically, logically, sanely speaking, I don't know. But again, it's fire, so it tends to be fun. It gets bored easily and restless. Again, that's the fire. And I think I pretty much covered enough for this Aries season video. I don't know, you're like, well, what did we left for the book? I don't know. But I felt like pouring, and it came out, and it surely did. I'm trying to think of any of my other notable Aries that I'm forgetting. I think that's it that I could think of. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. I think Jasmine Sullivan, is she Aries? I think so. Who else? That's it for now. Guess you can Google. Yeah, that's Googleable. I just like to have it in couched in this video. Gestal Jones, she's an Aries, the lawyer, talk show lady. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and Lettucey. Oh, Lettucey, I love you, mama. She's an Aries. Lettucey. Hi, Lettucey. Pretty, beautiful woman. Gorgeous voice. That's going to be it for now, y'all. All right, happy Aries season. Y'all tweet these to all the Aries pages on Twitter, social media. I appreciate it. Thank you for subbing. I don't doubt if the Aries are sub here. But thank you for subbing if you did. Alrighty. Take it easy. Peace.